Your environment shapes who you are.
Okay.
Very, very much.
That's how you start to work with your heroes.
When you are growing, when you're successful, you want to hang around with people who are like-minded.
Rise and shine!
It's espresso time!
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I am not a morning person. I'm not. But when you start your day with a routine that inspires you consistently, like watch one of these videos, it will change your life. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee, know that I believe in you, and get ready for a shot of espresso from John Assaraf.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Well, the key factors to becoming a loser.
Let's imagine that together we build a training to help people
To become a loser.
Yeah.
Repeatedly thinking, feeling, and doing the wrong things every day.
Okay, great things.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Hanging around with the wrong people. Your environment.
Is it working?
Your environment shapes who you are.
Okay.
Very, very much. When I was getting into trouble as a young man, the people that I was hanging around with were also getting into trouble. When I was a little boy, I remember my father, he used to tell me, he says, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be the sum of the people that you invest the most amount of time with. Whether it's at home, your friends, your family, or your business people. So if you tend to be around winners, you'll start to, by sheer environmental factors, listen and learn how they think. You'll be able to observe what they do. You'll learn the skills that they've acquired. And if you hang around with losers, you'll see patterns. Everything in life is about a pattern. And so people who are unsuccessful and losers, which I don't even like to use the term loser, although there are some, not a lot, they have got habitual patterns of destruction, self-sabotaging thoughts and self-sabotaging behaviors. And people who are successful, and I don't mean just financially, people who are successful in their health, their relationships, charitable contributions, they have consistent, successful patterns that are constructive towards being successful.
You are where you are because of your environment. The easiest way to change where you are right now in life, if you're not happy, you want to change where you are right now in life, the easiest way to do it is to change your environment. Change who you hang out with, change the videos that you watch, change what you wear, change where you go, change your habits. When you change your environment, it automatically triggers new thoughts, new beliefs, new mindsets inside you. Where if you hang out with the people who are not living the life that you want, you're watching the videos of people who are tearing each other down instead of educating and lifting people up. When you're constantly surrounded by negativity and small-mindedness, guess what you become? If you can switch it, if you can choose consciously to make a change in your environment towards a better life, that life will start to manifest. So when I was on my tour in 2019, it was the first time I got to meet John Assaraf. I was going to San Diego, and John's team heard that I was doing my tour and said, hey, if you're coming to San Diego, would you like to interview John for your channel? Yes, I would. Yes, I would like to do that very much. How do we make that happen? And we scheduled it. It was not part of my initial tour. We had to move things around to make that happen. And we had the fortune to spend, I don't know, half of a day with John. We went to his office, NeuroGym. We did the interview, we hung out, we talked about YouTube, met his team. And there's the knowledge exchange, which is great, where I got to ask him questions and hang out. And we I don't know how long we spent there on the actual interview. But more important is the energy exchange. More important is when you're hanging around somebody who's accomplished a lot, it makes you want to do more. You know, when you're around people who are more fit than you, it makes you want to be more fit. When you're around people who have a great relationship, It makes you want to have a better relationship. When you're around people who've had success in business, it makes you want to have more success in business. And the challenge, and a big reason why I make all of my content, is because you are probably the most ambitious person that you know. You're the most ambitious, positive, happy, uplifting person in your circle. And that's fantastic. And that's a gift that you give to other people because you're encouraging and lifting them up. But there's nobody pulling you forward. There's nobody who you're hanging out with who says you could be doing more. And so hanging out with John Assaraf at his place in San Diego was another extra push. It's like, this is something that I want more of. These are the people that I want to hang out more with. Even though I'm introverted and shy and don't like to introduce myself to people and think that I suck at networking, it's still important to spend as much time as possible with the people who inspire you to live a better life, whatever that version of your life is, right? I like doing the deep breaths and cold, so I'm hanging around with Wim Hof and watch his videos and have a picture of him in my bathroom as a reminder to turn the water cold. So you can design that life, but you have to consciously choose to design it because your subconscious is already running on autopilot based off your current environment. So we have to make that change. Now, over the years now, since that meeting in 2019, John's been pretty instrumental in my life. He's been a mentor. He's been an advocate for my book, Built to Serve. He's read it and recorded videos on it. I'm super humbling. He's brought me into really high-level mastermind groups for entrepreneurs and marketing because of the expertise that he thinks that I have. And so he's been very helpful to me in my life for the past 2 years because of that first meeting that we had at his place in San Diego. The more that you're around these people, the more they pull you up. So how do you do it now? Okay, great, Evan. Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to hang around with John Assaraf and Tony Robbins and all these people. Well, how do you do it? How do you start making progress? Let me give you some tactics. We'll go step by step because I would have been the guy who 10 years ago would have thought that's not possible for me. I'm this introverted, shy kid who just is not a type A personality and doesn't like networking and will never meet these people. So, step one, consume their content. Even if you never meet these people, just having them around you daily allows you to start to shift and start to think like them. Allows you to start to adopt their mindset because they're saying things that are different than the people in your life. John Assaraf is saying something different than your parents, right? He's thinking a different way than your friends. He's thinking on a higher level than a lot of the people probably in your life right now. And so the more that you're around that virtually by watching videos, even if you never meet him, the more you start to think bigger, to have more ambition, to believe that it's possible. So part of your daily routine must be to consume the content of the people who inspire you to want to be bigger. That's why I make this Espresso video. That's why I make all of my content on all of my channels. But if it's not my videos, if it's books, if it's podcasts, something, it's got to be daily though. Just like you brush your teeth daily, you need to inject positivity and belief daily from people who are doing more than you, right? Your brushing your teeth helps you with your dental hygiene. We need to work on our mental hygiene. It's really, really important because the mental hygiene will take care of itself in a negative way based off your current environment. If you are just constantly battling negativity around you or small-mindedness around you, and there's nothing that comes into your life that feeds you with hope and positivity and inspiration and the sense that you could do more. If there's nothing in that in your life right now, then you won't go off and do it. And so step one is to just be around the content every single day, in micro doses every single day. My new routine right now is I go for a walk in the morning, and it's about 40 to 45 minutes in the morning, and I watch my own videos. I watch my top 10 videos while I go for the walk. So this morning I was watching Lewis Howes video and a Gary Vee video that I made for my channel. And every time I do it, I pick up something new. It's a fantastic way to start my day. If you could start your day every day with Gary Vee or Lewis Howes or John Assaraf or Oprah or Elon Musk or whoever, your life will change. It's why I do these Espresso videos. I want to give you the shot of Espresso every morning. Your life will change if you start your day every day with the people who inspire you. They will pull you up, and you don't notice it on a day-to-day basis. But if you look back a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, if you did it every day for a year, holy cow, you will be a totally different person. So step number one, you may feel like meeting these people and being their friends is totally out of the realm of possibility. Don't worry about that yet. Step one, just be around their content every day. Step two is try to be a person of value. Being a person of value means, what does this person care about? And how can you help support it? So if you're trying to be a person of value to me, what do I care about right now? You know, the easiest thing to do is look at my Instagram bio, look at my Twitter bio, look at the things that I'm promoting right now. Right now, right now I'm talking about Built to Serve a lot. It's still something I care deeply about. Right now I'm talking about Movement Makers. I'm talking about Brandlytics. These are the programs that I'm launching that I care a lot about. So how can you help me with that? What is John Assaraf launching? Go look at his Instagram bio, his Twitter bio. What is he promoting right now? That's what he cares about right now. To be a person of value, you want to be the person's chief goal officer. What do they need right now? What are they promoting right now? What are their goals right now? And then finding some way to help them. Even if it's just being the best person in the comments, right? I have an amazing community. You guys are amazing. It's what makes me want to keep making content because of how fantastic you guys are. And there are some people who watch the videos and then never leave any comment. Leave comments, guys. There are some people who watch a video and leave a comment. And then there are the special few who watch a video, leave a comment, but then will also comment on the other comments. Not in a promotional way, not just saying, hey, check out my new channel. I've worked really hard on it. Let me know, sub for sub. But in a encouraging, positive, optimistic way, in just trying to cheer the other people on and supporting them. Those people are extra special. And there are some people who I would do the best that I could to try to support them. I get hit up every day with different promotional opportunities. Hey, Evan, can you link this up? Can you shout me out? Can you check out my business plan? And it's usually a no, because I don't even know who you are. But there are other people who have brought so much value to my community that I would do my very best to try to help them because of how much they've helped me, even though they may not have ever bought anything that I've done, just because they were so valuable in the community, right? So that's your goal. Your goal is to be a person of value, to be the chief goal officer, and then be a person of value to them and their community. So they start to recognize you, so that they recognize your face. There's some people who, when they leave a comment, like, oh yeah, I know him, I know her. That's like the opportunities like Zan the Man, who was so great in my community that he became a guy who I use for introductions for me for my Movement Makers program. He then became a co-host for me on my gaming channel where we do live streaming, answering questions. And now I've started a business with him where he's the Built to Serve coach. How did all that happen? It's not that Zan spent a whole ton of money with me. It's that Zan was an amazing human who brought so much value to my community that I'm looking for ways to do something with him, to try to help, to try to give back, to try to support, to try to partner on something. I'm actively looking for ways because of how much value he brought. So step one is be around their content, watch their videos every single day, some format. Step number two is try to be a person of value. And then step three is you're looking for opportunities. What is the opportunity? So with Zan, one of the great things that he did was he recognized that I was going live every day on my gaming channel and there weren't a lot of people there. If you go on my YouTube channel, there's a lot of people and it can be hard to stand out. But on the gaming channel, there was nobody there. It was my new project. Nobody was showing up yet. So he was one of the first. He was always there. He set his calendar. He made it part of his daily routine to spend time with me, to ask questions, to give value to everybody else. And so that's his opportunity. And he was looking for ways to do more. He created a free book club for Built to Serve. He always was trying to answer other people's questions if I couldn't get to them in time. He's just doing free Instagram lives with people to try to help them who are part of my community. right? He was doing so much, looking for that opportunity, that then I gave him one. And the one I gave him wasn't even the one that he had in his mind, but he was in the right place, is where my attention was, and he was being that person of value. So that's how you start to work with your heroes. And I've ended up having the good fortune to work with all the people who I look up to who are still alive. Pretty much everybody in thought leadership who's still alive, I've met, I've helped, I've had a hand in their channel's growth. And that's a tremendous honor, because 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have looked up at them and said, that's impossible that I'd ever even have a conversation with them. So how do you do it? You consume their content just to start building that mindset muscle every single day. You be a person of value to them, and then you look for opportunities. You do that, it'll make a huge impact on your life for the rest of your life. Because when you can change your environment, you change your circle, you change who you hang out with, everything starts to change.
Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I want to know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week? Put that down in the comments below. When you watch a video and just get inspired, the science says you have a 35% chance of following through. But if you get inspired and then create a plan of action for when, how, and where you are going to take action, your chances of following through jump to 91%, Believe Nation. It's not enough to just watch something. We got to create our plan. And when you commit publicly, that number jumps to 95% of you following through. Let's make that happen. Your biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week, put it down in the comments below so I can celebrate with you.
Hey, this is John Assaraf, and do you love good books? I love to read because there's so much wisdom in books. You get to take somebody else's knowledge, skills, research, pay 15, 20 bucks, and you learn so much. Now, I'm reading this awesome book called Built to Serve. Find your purpose and become the leader you were born to be. And one of my new friends, really smart guy, really great guy who serves a lot of people, Evan Carmichael, wrote it. And I'm going to read a little bit from chapter number 1. And I love this piece, and maybe it's because I just watched the series on TV on Michael Jordan, The Last Dance, which is really great, by the way, also. One of the things he says here is everybody has Michael Jordan talent at something. Everybody has a Michael Jordan talent at something. You just haven't found it yet. Or you have and you don't believe in yourself enough to go all in. To go all in, right? And you're a genius. I believe you're a genius. And so does he. You're amazing. You are not meant to live a photocopy of someone else's life. You were not created to wake up and do work that is below your capabilities. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something, and you need to uncover exactly what your purpose is and how you can serve and use the serve. So lots of pearls and gems and motivational pieces. Pick up Built to Serve. Evan Carmichael, rising star.
Well, I don't think rich people befriend only with other rich people, but definitely they want to befriend with people who are successful, who are growth oriented, who are positive. So the problem is, once you have money, and this is, I'm just speaking from experience, that the circle that you hang around with change. Because first of all, your buddies, your friends that you hang with and chill with from the past, you will have less in common with them. Not that you have changed, because now around you, they would feel uncomfortable. They would feel insecure. And you would feel that the conversation you have with them in the past is okay, but now, most of the time, I'm not saying all, but most of the time, they are bitching and moaning, and they are acting like a victims. They're talking about stuff that it's very meaningless. You find those conversations very, just a waste of time. They're not talking about growth. They're not talking about become better. So when you are growing, when you're successful, you want to hang around with people who are like-minded. You want to talk about deep issues. You don't want to talk about sports. You don't want to talk about the weather. You're not interested in that. So this is why when you hang around with other successful people, you feel like, okay, you know what? We've got something in common, that we are talking about how to build a business. We're talking about how to make an impact. We are talking about solving bigger global issues. This is why precisely rich people are willing to pay a premium price to belong to, let's say, a golf club, a private club, or certain associations. Why? Because then they hang around with other like-minded successful people, right? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. One of the things that my mentor always said, Dan Pena, and it's very, very true. You see, as you become more successful, your circle of influence will change. In fact, on the other way to look at it is, if you want to accelerate your growth, the first thing that you want to do is change who you spend time with, who you hang out with. And this is precisely why. It's not that rich people don't want to hang out with poor people. It's very often poor people, the mindset, the scarcity mindset, the way that they behave, it just doesn't resonate with them. Also, when you have a lot of money, people around you, most of the time, they want something from you. They want a handout, they want money, they want a job, they want to get something from you, right? So then they get tired of that. But when they hang out with other rich people, they don't really need anything from each other. There's no agenda, because I'm already rich, you're rich, I don't need your money, I don't need you to give me a job, I don't need to give you anything. So that kind of relationship becomes actually more pure.
If you want another awesome John Assaraf video, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
As we get older, we become more and more conditioned to be more and more the same.
Raising standards come from when you would normally quit, you go one more.